climbing on boards is like a way of life. Anything for me that brings a section of climbing or climbing in general to like people that wouldn't usually access it, for me is like a really big thing.
So we, in Rise, Castle and Mile End, are running a 3-month board comp. So we've got 3 boards, the Rise board, the Wave at the Castle, and the Mile End original board. There's a couple of blocks, and their new board has got a load of blocks on. We've got 75 blocks, 25 at each gym, and you need the guidebook that's going to tell you what those blocks are, and there'll be a leaderboard and you can see how everyone's doing. And then at the end of the 3 months, we'll have 3 winners, 1 in the hard category, 1 in the very hard category, and 1 in the hard, very hard category.
Finally something that's not about like dynos and pressure to compete and being good with timing. Because I think with boards let you project.
No, I can't, I'm too old to jump around and this sort of thing. I like pulling hard on the small crimps.
It's different, it's far away from big fiberglass blobs on competition walls. It's old school pulling on small holds, and that's what I absolutely love about it.
This comp specifically, it gets me to other gyms as well, but they all have their own little individualism.
I love them all. Wave is the sandwich board.
I personally feel like the Wave is the best board in the world. That's just me, because I've spent so much time on it.
It's sort of unique within London. It has its own style and its own following. It's in a really kind of crappy bit of the castle, tucked around the corner. That has its special charm, and even today, with things like the London board comp, everyone wants to just try and climb on something that's slightly different style to a 45 or 50 degree board.
Well, this is quite an interesting board to set here because it's not that steep, and obviously it's easy to make up medium hard to like very hard boulders on a steeper board. So the process has been slightly different on here.
This one, 20 degrees, I think it's a good starter. You know, just take it slow and appreciate the moves, but it's not as much of strength board.
The Castle and Mile End definitely have like, you know, a rich history for the board climbing with the Wave and like the board here. But then I think it's really cool that mixed in with that is like the Rise.
Rise is like good in between of like 40 degrees. It's not too high, but solid moves as well. So honestly, like no matter which one, like all of them are amazing.
started climbing, that almost 20 years ago, everything was a board. Like, it was all angles, holds everywhere, and that's just what climbing was. And it was kind of similar in also the sense that there weren't that many junks. You know, you had to earn your way to get to the top of the wall. Like, I think a whole session, you might make it up once, if you're lucky. And that was, the path you had to tread. And most people went climbing for the first time and hated it and left.
It's all about getting used to being miserable and enjoying that and kind of getting the value out of it. And like a good board session doesn't need to be getting a load of new blocks or getting to the top. A good board session could be getting one move on a climb, or it could be linking two moves together.
The ingredients for a good board session:
Pulling really hard.
Classic holds and amazing setters and
good tunes, that sort of high foot, keep your toes on.
Being okay with falling off the board. So yeah, it's a big part of it.
I definitely like board climbing. I don't know, I feel like it's just a very British thing, the British climbing thing that's like ingrained in me from watching, early videos of like Ben and Jerry training and stuff. It just seemed like if you were climbing in Britain, it was something you had to do.
I think the London climbing scene is special. So for me and probably a lot of people you talk to, is all I know is climbing indoors and board climbing.
Yeah, there's whole communities of people who pretty much only climb on the board. But I guess that's quite cool because climbing has always been a bit subculture, so now you have subcultures within the subculture because it's becoming mainstream. So, just keep it real.
One thing I noticed about the London climbing scene and like cultures, the people who, are really motivated, who are always at the climbing wall.
Yes, so strong. Yeah, come on. Yeah, dig the toe, yes. Come on. Good, that was good. So
They have to be like really enjoying it. I think like if you've not got rock or anything nearby to keep you motivated, to keep turning up at the gym every week, you have to just like really love it and want to do it. And I think that's like clear and comes across when you like meet and chat to these people. And that's one thing I've like really like about climbers in London and the scene as a whole,
There's a real hype around the boards that you don't really get, I don't think, in like a normal gym setup.
Like people climb together in climbing walls all of the time, which is the amazing thing about climbing generally. But what you notice around boards is like this different level of psyche, I think, and like this sometimes more focused attitude of like those small groups. It's actually quite a hard thing to describe, I think, but more something you'll experience. Completely understand why the board climbing aspect looks intimidating. The 9 times out of 10 the board is 40 degrees, the holds are tiny, and you're probably just thinking like, what the hell?
I was like, I'm not touching this. Like, I don't understand what's happening with this. Because I remember being so afraid of it and being like, I can't do that. I'm not strong enough. And then I was like, but whatever. Like, I just want to climb and see what happens. And then like the more you climb, you're just like, there's like some sort of magic to it. And it's just like so simple, but it's just like so like a limited number of things you can try.
The girls' crew that's formed, it's been incredible. I've not had a girls' board crew like this before. It's been so good. It makes me want to board climb more.
Yeah.
For me, I guess a lot of it is having like really good training partners to climb with, people who like push you or like motivate you. They don't necessarily have to be climbing at the same level, but if everyone's like trying their hardest, and kind of it makes you want to do that as well.
Had a board session on Sunday, and I didn't actually do any boulders, but it was a mega session because of the people I was with.
Serious board climbers are going to buy this booklet and get to this problem and just be like, I didn't come for this.